Welcome to DRM News Top Stories. On January 3, 2025, South Korean authorities attempted to arrest impeached President Yoon Suk Yeol at his compound, but the operation was thwarted by a security standoff. Yoon is under criminal investigation for insurrection following his attempt to impose martial law on December 3. The authorities faced significant resistance, as presidential security forces inside the compound blocked their efforts. Despite evading a crowd of protesters outside, the operation was delayed by logistical challenges, such as a bus blocking the driveway. The standoff meant that the authorities were unable to carry out the arrest, which, if successful, would have marked the first time an incumbent South Korean president was arrested. The arrest warrant remains valid until January 6, giving investigators just 48 hours to decide on Yoon's detention. U.S. President Joe Biden announced on January 2, 2025, that ISIS will find no safe harbor in the U.S. following a deadly truck attack on New Year's Day.
And the truck explosion in Las Vegas. I've just come from the meeting, not just to spend, while we prepare these remarks, better part of an hour, from my Homeland Security team. The number of people killed in New Orleans has risen to 15, including the attacker. 35 people were injured. Today, the FBI briefed me that, as of now, we have no information that anyone else is involved in the attack. They've established that the attacker was the same person who planted the explosives in those ice coolers in two nearby locations in the French Quarter just a few hours before he rammed into the crowd with his vehicle. They assess he had a remote detonator in his vehicle to set off those two ice chests. So there's no question that, remember all the talk about other people were involved, placed in, they have him, they have established he's there, and even established that he had a detonator to explode those ice chests.
A small plane crashed into the roof of a furniture warehouse in Southern California on January 2, 2025, resulting in 2 fatalities and at least 15 injuries. The crash occurred around 2:15 p.m., and aerial footage showed thick black smoke rising from the building as emergency crews rushed to the scene. The plane, identified by the Federal Aviation Administration as a single-engine Vans RV-10, collided with the warehouse, causing significant damage. Firefighters were seen treating the injured and securing the site. The cause of the crash is under investigation as authorities continue to assess the aftermath. Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time MVP quarterback for the New York Jets, admitted on January 1 that Sunday's upcoming game against the Miami Dolphins might be his final NFL appearance. At 41 years old, Rodgers is just 1 touchdown away from reaching a historic 500 career touchdown passes. However, with his contract running through 2025 and the Jets undergoing significant organizational changes, firing head coach Robert Saleh and general manager Joe Douglas during the season, the future of Rodgers with the team remains uncertain. Rodgers, a former first-round pick of the Green Bay Packers in 2005, led the Packers for 15 seasons, including a Super Bowl victory in 2011. After joining the Jets in 2023, his debut season was derailed by a devastating Achilles injury. Though he has recovered and played in 2024, Rodgers has yet to decide whether he will continue playing beyond this season, with a final decision expected before the NFL's free agency period in March. The clock is ticking as the legendary quarterback weighs his future in the league.